lung disease affects many Americans each year and is 4 times more common than Lou Gehrig's disease. It's called idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or better known as IPF. And here to raise awareness of the rare lung disease is baseball legend from the New York Yankees, Bernie Williams. How are you, Bernie?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for having me.
So let's start off with your baseball career. Obviously, many people know you, 4-time World Series champ, lifetime Yankee player. I mean, you definitely served the Major League Baseball incredibly well.
It was a great time in my life. Yes, started playing when I was 8 years old, and made it to the big leagues around the time that I was 22. Played for about 16 years, and in that time I had an opportunity to do a lot of great things. Had a lot of great experiences in my career. So very grateful for that.
Absolutely. And there's another side of you though that people might not necessarily be familiar with. That's your role with IPF. Explain how your path crossed with IPF and where you are today.
Well, IPF, or idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, took the life of my dad in 2001. And that's why I teamed up with Boehringer and making this campaign called Breathless. Mm-hmm. And what it is like, we're trying to create awareness to the mm-hmm. fact that, IPF, exists, it's a rare disease. Sometimes fatal, that afflicts a number of people in this country. We have 132,000 people living with IPF in the United States, and 50,000 people get diagnosed with IPF every year. And I think the most alarming one is that out of those 50,000 people, 40,000 of them have died from IPF. Each year. So,
wow.
The numbers are real, and, the toll that it takes on the families and the patients, is obviously profound. So, it took the life of my dad in 2001 when I was, about 4 or 5 years before I finished playing. Mm-hmm. It was devastating for me and my family to go through it with my father, that was such an active person. Took me about everything, told me about everything I know about life and music and sports. So it was really hard to see him go from this disease.
Absolutely, I know it certainly affected you and your family, incredibly so, and it's amazing for you to hold the candle in his honor and to raise awareness on IPF, and it's great work that you're doing. Bernie, it's great having you. I'm sorry we ran out of time, but it's great talking to you, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, if you want to raise awareness about idiopathic pulmonary fibrosis, or IPF, you can visit the website on your screen. It's breathlessipf.com. We're not going to try to have you spell idiopathic. Boehringer Ingelheim is a proud sponsor of the Morning Blend.